It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And we'll be watching the dynamic Tyreek Hill. He's one of the league's best, currently third in the NFL in receiving yards. It's the Raiders and the Broncos, and it comes your way next.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the foot of the Rockies, just west of downtown Denver at Empower Field at Mile High. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Denver Broncos. Brandon Gaudin joined as always by Charles Davis. And CD, you look at the Broncos in this one. They know coming in they've got to be at their best because they're facing one of the better overall defenses in the NFL.
And this is not one of the better offenses around in terms of running the football. So they understand that they're going to be put to the test a bit. The big plays in the run game, they haven't been there of late. So maybe that means we'll see them shake things up a little bit. Some RPOs, some touch passes, some draw plays, anything to try and gain a little bit of momentum.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And a big mistake on the return. He's out of bounds at his own 1-yard line. And as the Raiders take over on offense, we get to see the man who has been the leader of this team for 9 seasons now, under center Derek Carr. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. Keep it on the ground. It's Ross. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Now a handoff up the middle. Ross. And he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now Carr. That's Isabella open on the right side. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one goes for 24 yards. A couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Up the middle they go. It's Ross. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. A look at the numbers for Ross from last week. 17 carries, 73 yards.
I can remember the last time we did a game and the coach didn't talk about establishing the run first, but they've lost 2 straight games, so they still want to do that, but they've got to have some contingencies, some other options. Expect them maybe to throw it a little bit to open up things and maybe run it a little bit more later in the game.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory, down at the 33. Throwing now is Carr. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Jerry Tillery running in there and setting him down. The number 1 mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry. Now a handoff up the middle. Ross. That'll get a little bit back, give him 5 on the run. And they'll be left with a 3rd and 13. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive. Remember, Charles, this is the number 1 defense in the NFL, and they proved their mettle here, forcing the turnover on the opening possession.
And sometimes when you play a team that has that reputation, it's earned it by their play. The psychology is, okay, they're number 1. They have to prove it to us, and they tried to attack. They found out that that ranking was real.
And if history is any indication, when this defense gets off to a good start, look out.
Yeah, their offense plays off of them awfully well, too.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Cortland Sutton, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And a big mistake on the return. He's out of bounds at his own 1-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And going deep for Hill. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. It's a big play there for Vegas. 69 yards. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30. Here's 1st and 10. Carr. He'll find Goodwin here on the right side. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. Into the red zone. It's Carr. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. A 4-yard pickup that gets them going forward, but still 15 yards left on 3rd down. Tall task ahead of them here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That is caught at the 7. Touchdown! And Isabella, a 22-yard touchdown drive. And the Raiders are an extra point away from evening this one up. Bouncing back nicely from that back-up drive where he threw the interception. Drive number 2 leads him right down the field and into the end zone.
So obviously his confidence was never lost, and that's a good thing to see. Great quality to have. You absolutely must maintain that as a quarterback. But I have to think that they're probably still on the script that they prepared for this game. Just the 2nd drive. They've worked on these plays all week in practice. Put them to good use on that one.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. It's a squibber that gets all the way inside the 10 anyway. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Raiders pick it up. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. Well, it was looking like they were going to have the ball in good field position, but now with that fumble, they don't have the football at all.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to imagine what he was thinking there, though, right? I can take this one, break it, go for a big one right here. But you and I both know, always protect the football is the #1 mantra for a kick returner.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
That's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive they started with great field position is facing 4th down.
They'll go for it. It's Carr. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on down. These two teams all tied after 1. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Past the 20. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
I am willing to bet that he got a monster grin on his face when he saw what was happening. Man coverage was so committed to denying a big throw that it pulled attention away from him, and he had an easy lane to hit, and hit it he did.
Brandon Graham, great pursuit there, getting the tackle for loss. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. They're going to look to throw. Touchdown, Broncos! Greg Dulcich, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Broncos have taken the lead. Extra point attempt to follow here. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And a Greg Dulcich touchdown reception finished that drive off. And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air, there's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback. The Raiders offense ready to go. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. To throw his car. That's complete to a speedy wideout Goodwin. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. On first down, it's Ross. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 12, operating from the 39. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Ross, and he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. The offense on 3rd down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Now Carr. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Jerry Tillery able to get in there yet again. That's already 3 sacks for him here in his first half of football. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow, out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
Well, he's certainly not going to see a better punt than that. Definitely taking a chance, because if that thing clips the pylon, it comes out to the 20, but instead, it goes out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Back to throw now in his own end zone. He's got his 6'5 receiver. That's Tim Patrick. He's got room past the 30. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. So that play much needed there as they're all the way up near the 40 for a 1st and 10. A toss to the wide side. This is Williams. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter. 14-7. They'll give him a yard on the play, and it's a 2nd down. Now back to throw. Got his man, it's Dulcich. And some room to roam now. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other, and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got it? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
Sutton reeling it in on the left side. And the Broncos are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. They'll try and run. This is Williams. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. Now the Broncos going to use timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Williams will try again. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. With his 10th rushing touchdown on the year, his 14th overall. And the Broncos drive the entire length of the field, 99 yards for the score. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 21-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And a big mistake on the return. He's out of bounds at his own 1-yard line. The Raider offense going to head out now late in this first half. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it.
And this is going to be intercepted. A big seam, and he might go all the way. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. A big play there by the rookie. An interception followed by the return for 6 points.
If you want to be accepted by your teammates and coaching staff, make plays like that.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Off the bounce, it's picked up inside the 10. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Broncos going to get one more possession in this first half. And with a 7-point lead, they'll likely look to take this to the locker room and not really press the issue. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he's got some space here. And how about that for just running out the clock? And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? We just saw that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call. And now off to the races, down the right side. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Cortland Sutton in the final seconds of the first half. And the Broncos would extend their lead here just before halftime. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they'll have time for 1 play. That's it. 3 seconds to go before intermission. The final shot here before half for Carr. And it's knocked away and incomplete. So we have halftime over. No problem with us. We skip right to the 3rd quarter and continue this midseason contest. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Broncos and Cortland Sutton heading back out there. He's having a day here in quarter number 3. Over 100 yards, couple touchdowns. Every receiver's hope for when they head into that game in the National Football League.
And his team is loving what he's giving them. Of course, the yardage is terrific, but I think it's what you mentioned, the 2 touchdowns. That's the big one because he's paying off his results downfield.
And still more time here, third quarter. We'll see what else he has in store for us. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half. They'll look to throw here. Open man, and again it's Sutton. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. Now we get a stoppage because a member of the Raiders shaken up on that one. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain. Second down. These two teams met up earlier in the year, back in Week 4, and it was the Broncos getting the road victory, so they'll look to take the season series now here in Denver. Williams going to get it again on second down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. On third down, he'll drop to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Patrick. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
But now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
2nd and 7 from the 20. Looking to throw. His throw incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit. A lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I'll tell you what, this offense is playing a little bit of keep away right now. They've come out here in the third quarter, possessed the ball for quite a while, and they keep on converting. Nice pitch and catch there to set up the 1st and goal.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. 3 yards is the gain that time, 2nd and goal. They give it to Williams, running right. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal. Williams again. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Javonte Williams hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Broncos take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. The extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And a big mistake on the return. He's out of bounds at his own 1-yard line. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And they'll get him down up past the 15. 53 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now. Thanks to that last play, a little more room to operate. 1st and 10 at the 18. On play action, now Carr. And going deep for Hill. It got his man complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Broncos to take over on offense. They're on a 3-game winning streak and right now looking good in this one as well. They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That's taken in by Dulcich. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. Same connection. Dulcich once again.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 44-yard line. Back to throw again. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another 1st down. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play. Welcome back now to Denver. The Broncos on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd down and 12. They'll drop to throw. Got a man open. It's Sutton. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the 1st. So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be 4th down. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. He had the distance, but it's no good. Wide to the right, and this will remain a 2-touchdown game. Now this one now not over yet, Charles. You've got a sliver of hope on that other sideline.
You certainly do, because that would have made it a 3-score game, and that probably would have been curtains at that point. But now if they can get down the field quickly and somehow get the ball back one more time, we may have a different ball game.
7:34. Play action. Now it's Carr. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the ball is going to wind up out of bounds, so they will lose yardage, but they'll keep the football. So they keep the ball, but work to do on 2nd and long. Another try after the 1st down sack. Carr. And the pressure gets to him again. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game.
So when you have good field position to start a drive and you give up back-to-back sacks, that can be demoralizing for a team.
On play action, it's Carr. That's Isabella open on the right side. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Now Carr, gotta have this one. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Max Crosby, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting them, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on him, and he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
Throwing on 1st down is Carr. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Isabella. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Now a play fake. Carr. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. And the slot man goes in motion left. They fake the handoff. Now Carr. And going deep for Hill. And this is caught. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown. Tyreek Hill. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Raiders have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. It's a squibber that gets all the way inside the 10 anyway. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining.
Here we go.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run right on the option. Dancing away. There he goes, right side. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A big play there. 65 yards. And the Broncos are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14. So 2 plays on that scoring drive. That's how they drew it up. And the long run into the end zone, and what a run it was. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. So Carr and the Raiders now down by 2 touchdowns. A little over a minute to go. And they're in danger of a 3rd straight loss as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Carr. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. It's caught inside the 25. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. One big play.
Defensively,